Hi, I'm Lisa Wood from Microgrid Knowledge here at Microgrid 2017 with Mark Fiesel from Schneider Electric. So hi Mark, how are you today?
I'm doing great today, Lisa. Great to be here at Microgrid 2017. It's been a great crowd and great presentations.
It's wonderful to have you here. Let me ask you about market transformation. We're seeing it, obviously, it's beginning. How do you characterize it?
Look, we see some megatrends affecting energy consumers. So first of all, a world that's becoming more electric. There's still 1 billion people around the globe today without access to any energy, and another 1.5 billion with access to only energy that isn't resilient, isn't there all the time. Those people, we believe they have a basic human right to have access to energy. We've got to get them on the grid. The grid's going to be more electric due to that, and also proliferation of electric vehicles. So you've got that megatrend going on, and then we something we call the 3Ds. So first of all, decarbonization. 93% of Fortune 500 CEOs have some kind of metric in their compensation plans around getting their organizations more green. Number two, we see digitization. And this is really the embedding of technology within distributed energy resources, within electrical distribution apparatus. And what that's doing is creating a lot more situational awareness. What's going on? How can we optimize the assets? And finally, we see something we call decentralization, which is about end users beginning to kind of take charge of their own energy destiny, going from a world in which they've been very passive, receiving a kilowatt hour, into a world going forward where we see energy consumers be much more specific around, is sustainability important to me? Is resiliency important to me? How does it affect my employees, my customers, my operations, and energy costs? How do I lower that and make it more predictable? We see those end users, because of those megatrends, being much more prescriptive around their needs.
Interesting. So this third phase of transformation, decentralization, it seems like it gives customers a lot more choice, a lot more options, things they can do. How much are they willing to take on? What will they do?
Yeah, it's a great point, because while people may have some ambitions around, changing how they buy energy and maybe getting more green, the method to achieve that still entails things that they're not used to doing, taking risks that they may not be prepared to mitigate. For example, technology risks. What's the right battery to choose, and what are the prices going to do over time? Should I buy now or should I wait? What's the right generation source? Natural gas, solar? How do I know how long should the term of my purchase power agreement be? Regulatory risks. Will this incentive be here when this project happens next year or not? So there's some complications there, and solving for those complications is something that makes it difficult for consumers to take that first step.
So if I'm a hospital, or I make widgets, or I'm a university even, I probably don't want to spend a lot of time thinking about how I'm going to manage my energy, or how I'm going to buy my energy, or how I'm going to get that microgrid installed. So what's the solution? What can I do?
Yeah, you're right on. You see that technology changing faster than ever, regulation incentives in constant flux. To maintain, the expertise on staff to follow all those things is quite frankly a costly endeavor. So what we see are really people entering this space and helping to take those risks away from the energy consumer, to maybe procure the energy assets on behalf of someone that wants to get the benefit. So we call it microgrid as a service, but really what that entails is people grouping together to install those distributed energy resources, to optimize them on behalf of the consumer, and really allow the consumer to get the benefits of a microgrid today without putting their own money up front or putting all these resources in to optimize all those risks.
Interesting, and there's history here. This isn't necessarily a new concept, right? We've done similar things like solar power purchase contracts or energy efficiency contracts. Is that right?
Yeah, you're right on. So in a way, it's an extension of those things. In some ways, there's some more complications. You've got different types of distributed energy resources. So people that own assets like an asset class, and they like those things that look the same. A microgrid can be more complex, because you may have a natural gas generator and a battery on the site. They might have different economic useful lives. They might have to be maintained by different people. So in addition to that, how you integrate those into the systems is generally more comprehensive than when you would simply attach solar to site. So in putting together microgrid as a service, there was certainly a lot of complications like that had to be overcome. But what we really found is that when you get parties that can sit down together and understand which of those risks that they are best positioned to mitigate and have those open, honest conversations, we can transform these business models that allow the end user to really, an easy button for them. Simply, it's as easy as procuring this new energy that is tailor-made for them as it was to procure it from the existing utility.
So an easy button that can bring us a lot more microgrids.
That's the idea for sure. So.
Thank you so much. Great interview, Mark. Appreciate
You're welcome,
it.
Lisa. Thank you.